right?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jepro. So please, if you have questions from his session, you can just put it down, and then we'll do well to answer it. So briefly, I would share with you the sales process. Now, like I said, I want to believe that each and every one of us, the majority, or should I say, almost a good number of people present here, is either you're not into real estate at the moment, is either you have your field of industry where you're currently positioned, right? And whether possibly you want to go into real estate. And for those of us that are already into real estate, I want to tell you that, of course, you are in the right place. I always tell people that real estate is not just for for, you know, for business, for those who are into it, for the business of it, right? Real estate is for everyone, because I mean that's the reason why God made the land. In the olden days, land was the major means of identification of social class, of rulership and all that. So one of the major fights that kingdoms have, even until today, is still on land disputes here and there. So it's a major, it's very important for each and everybody, if you ask me, to have a share in the real estate market. And how can you have a share in the real estate market? It's by either you have the money to become an investor, or you engage in the business of real estate. You sell and then you make money, right? Now, as a salesperson, I say this in every single day, that sales is a life skill, just like you learn swimming, right? Swimming is a life skill. Driving is a life skill. You don't learn how to drive because you have a car. You learn how to drive because it's a life skill. You don't learn how to swim because you have a swimming pool in your house. You learn how to swim because it's a life-saving skill. You understand? Because a time might come where swimming could save your life, and I have a lot of instances that I don't want to delve into it, but this is a life-saving skill, right? You learn sales because every single day you are engaging in sales, whether you like it or not. When you go out, you are either selling or you are being sold to. When your spouse meets you, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend meets you and tell you, hey honey, I need to work on this, I need you to help me do this, and you ask him or her, why do you want to do this? Okay, why should I give you this money? And you go ahead and explain the reason why you need the money from your spouse, and you are able to convince your spouse to give you that money to solve that problem you want to solve. You have engaged in sales. You understand? You've sold to your spouse. The same way, in the other way around, your spouse can sell to you. When you go out, when people meet you with their ideas, when a lot meet you with their ideas and you agree to it, you're either selling or being sold to. So this is not a sales is not it's not a matter of I don't have a product. Oh, I'm not into real estate. Oh, I don't have the skill. Sales is a life-saving skill, and I believe everyone should be a master at it, because it is proven that sales is the highest paid profession in the world, because this is the profession where you alone get to decide how much you want to make. It's a profession where if you want to make 100 million naira in a year, you can. If you want to make 1 billion in a year, you can, because there is no ceiling to how much you can make in sales, right? So I'm just going to run you through the sales process that can help you, not just within the real estate sector, but in your business. Now, it is very important for you to master sales, especially if you are in Nigeria, because I want to tell you, and you would agree with me, that even if you are earning 1 million naira, 3 million naira, 500,000 naira monthly, it is not going to be enough to solve your needs, because the economy keeps going up. And I say this everywhere, that one of the things that goes up and never comes down in Nigeria is the prices of commodity. It keeps going up. And I mean, why would you even want the prices to come down? Don't you want us to grow? You understand? Now, the rich are not praying for prices to come down, because while you are buying, they are selling. You understand? While you are being sold to, they are selling to you. So the rich are not praying for anything to come down, and they rule the world. The 1%, the people who know how to sell are the people who rule the world. They are the people who command their future. You understand? Now, I always say this, that if you want to change the world, make money. Because if you don't have money, the good you can do will be limited to your physical presence. I repeat it again. If you don't have money, the good you can do will be limited to your physical presence. Now, that being said, what is sales? Literally, it's basically, for me, it is self-explanatory. It's simply put, if you're being able to convince someone of your value, or whatever you have, to buy into an idea or to buy into a specific product or market, you have sold to the person, right? Now, if I were you, while I am writing my points down today, I will also write that never will a day pass me by without me selling. You understand? Never will a day pass by without me selling. And if I am buying once, I should be able to have sold twice. You understand? And if you have now the next point basically is, if you are currently in a 9 to 5 job, it's fantastic. Retain your 9 to 5 job. However, engage in sales. Engage in sales. Real estate is one of the aspects or one of the industries you could really, really build a lot of you could generate a lot of cash flow from real estate. You understand? If you master the art of sales. I want to believe that, at least to some extent, some of you here are engaged in a few business or the other, and you're asking yourself, how do you want to be a master at sales? Right? Now, the sales process. Now, when you talk about sales process, is literally the roadmap from the moment you have an idea that, oh, I need to make 10 million naira this month. From the moment you have that idea to the moment that 10 million naira hits your account. There's what we call, I'll teach you what we call the law of attraction. But this is the sales process we're talking about here. Now, from the moment you have an idea that I need to make 10 million naira, you understand? So here begins the first process for sales, is identifying that you need to be a salesperson in this time and era where the social media has made it very simple for you to connect with millions of people daily. You need to identify that you need to be a salesperson, and then you need to set a goal. You need to set a goal. You need to set a goal. You cannot afford to wake up a single day without having a goal. You cannot afford to start up. I don't mean the type of goals you set when it is the beginning of the year. No, I mean the type of goals you set because you understand that you need to move your life forward. I mean the type of goals you set because you understand that your life is at risk if you do not have financial capacity to some certain extent. I mean the type of goals you set because you understand that there's a family, there are friends that are looking up to you. In a nutshell, the type of goals you set because you have a very strong why. These are the type of goals you should set. For me, I would take a case scenario of earning 10 million naira this month. You understand? Now set that goal. I want to earn 10 million naira. The next thing is, you should understand that your money is in the hands or in the pocket of somebody, and it takes sales for you to get it out of the pocket of that person. I can tell you that we that are into the real estate market, we sell properties of billions of naira, hundreds of millions of naira every single year, every single month. People say there are no clients. There are clients. There are people looking for who to give out the money. I want to tell you that, let me tell you, the rich don't really do business. Wealthy people do not do business because they are looking to grow their capital. That is not the number one reason. They are looking to maintain their wealth. They are looking to hedge against inflation. That is one of the major reasons they do business. One of the major reasons they go into real estate. They are looking to hedge against inflation because there's a certain level of wealth that you're not really fighting not to be broke. You just want to be able to make. That's why sometimes when you take some business proposals to wealthy people and you tell them they are going to make 50% return on investment in a year, they run away from you because they are not really looking to make humongous money. They are looking to mitigate risks. Let me not deviate. Now, the sales process, after you set your goals, you need to the next thing you need to do is prospect. Now, what is prospecting? Prospecting is identifying and reaching out to your potential clients now who may be interested in what you have to sell. There's there's what we call the 6 degrees of separation. Please, if you can hear me, you can just simply just help me drop an emoji in the comment section, in the chat section. Let me know that I'm speaking with everyone. If you can hear me, just drop an emoji in the chat section if you can hear me. Now, there's what we call the 6 degrees of separation. It simply states that you're 6 persons away from whoever you want to meet in the world. You're 6 persons away from whoever you want to meet. And I can assure you that now, this is the funny part of the 6 degrees of separation is right now is where you need to really start reconsidering your network of persons. Because when I say these 6 persons far away from whoever you meet, it determines where whether you're 6 persons far away from, I don't want to mention specific occupations, but you know what I'm trying to say. Your network determines your net worth, right? They say. Now, you're 6 persons far 6 persons away from whoever you want to meet in the world, right? Now, this is the 6 degrees of separation. This is where prospecting comes in. Now, if I want to make 10 million naira this month from my commission in sales, the next thing I need to do right now is look at my network. Okay, who can I reach out to? Right? A lot of people make the mistake of, I want to reach out to my billionaire, to billionaires. I want to do this, I want to do that. That is not the first place you should start looking at. It says first start looking at your network. Who are the people? Who are the persons around you? Sometimes it may be your family members, it may be your friends. Look at them. That's why you need to really be intentional about the quality of persons you have around you. So write this down. That's what we call OQP, only quality people. Very, very important. Only quality people. Only keep around you quality relationship, quality friends. Now, it is very important for you to identify with people that have been in your past. It's very important for you to maintain relationship, but be very intentional about the people in your future. You understand? A lot of us, we are so loyal to a fault, which is extremely very good. Well, I think loyalty is not the word. A lot of us don't focus on the future. You understand? You don't focus on the future. You're so stick to the past that you're forgetting to build new relationships. So what I'm saying here is only quality people. Be very intentional. Be very intentional. I wake up every single day and I make it a point of call. And this is not something that I'm saying to you here. This is something I practice every day. My team members are very, very aware. When I wake up every day, the one question that I ask myself after I finish praying, okay, what do I do? Who can I call? These 2 questions. What do I do? Who can I call? And who can I call? What do I do determines who I can call. If I want to do 100 million naira deal, I look at my network. Okay, who is the closest person to helping me close this type of deal and transaction? Now, this is where you practice only quality people. Only take yourself to quality places. You understand? Only connect yourself to quality ideas. Only listen to quality materials, quality things, quality people, quality conversations, quality, everything you do should be quality. That is the only way you can be able to attract people that will give you millions. And like I tell you, it's very, very easy at the top because those persons don't give you headache like that person that will send you 100K and disturb your life. That is if the person doesn't even jail you. You understand? Now, quality people. Now, what I mean by, so when you practice OQP, the next thing, like I said, prospecting, you reach out to your friends, you reach out to your family members, you go on your social media, start prospecting. I tell you, this thing has worked for me like magic. Relationship, again, I say, is an investment. A lot of people just meet people today and they just want to ask for things. Now, write this down. There's what we call EBA. If you don't forget anything, if you forget anything, don't forget this. There's what we call EBA. It's called emotional bank account. Anytime you meet anybody, or let me say it again, emotional bank account. Write it in the comment section, EBA. EBA. Write it in the comment section, EBA. Now, it's called emotional bank account. Anytime you meet anybody and you introduce yourself and say your name, it automatically open an emotional bank account with that person. So whenever you make any positive impact to that person, whenever you do anything positive, you are making a deposit. Whenever you do anything positive to that person, you're making a deposit. You understand? If you buy a gift for that person, you're depositing in that person's emotional bank account. If you send him a happy birthday text message, that is your client, your prospective client. You're making an emotional bank, you're making a deposit. In whatever positive thing you do, and any negative thing you do, remember you're making a withdrawal. Now, here's the thing. If you do not have a lot of deposit, if your balance with that person is not much, you cannot make a demand. What I mean by that is, if you've not deposited a lot in people's life, don't expect to make withdrawals. You understand? That is why, first off, you need to be a person of value. Give out value for free. I see a lot of people in this, a lot of our young people are, they are so very keen about hoarding information and value. That is not how to grow. Give out value for free. When you meet people, allow them to talk. Let them be their guest. You understand? Let them be important. Don't feel. Treat everyone equally. You understand? Emotional bank account, right? Don't forget that. So there are people you meet. You understand? There are people you meet. Don't start by asking them things immediately. Just be making deposit. The day you make a demand, we say, okay, I have a product. Okay, like Mr. J Pro just said, he went to an event last year, December. You understand? Today is July, for crying out loud. This is like maybe 7 months. You understand? I want to believe he didn't just close that sale. He has possibly been making a deposit. He has possibly been building that relationship. So this is part of the prospecting I'm talking about. So when you meet people, intentionally sow into their lives, intentionally give gifts, be someone who is grateful, thank people intentionally, and don't do these things because you want to make sales to them. Don't just do it because you want to make sales. The sales should not be the end goal. Genuinely build relationship with people. And then these relationships should be strategic. If you want to be wealthy, you need to make friends with a lawyer. You need to make friends with an accountant. You need to make friends with an investor. My mentor taught me something. He said, if you want to be wealthy, you have to, number one, intentionally take yourself to places where the rich are. And then intentionally associate yourself with people who have the capacity to spend money. And I do not just mean spend money, the kind of money you are looking at for. Because there are people who you have that don't have the capacity to spend money. You understand? So this is part of prospecting. Let me be very, very quick with this so I don't take so much of your time. But if you're catching up with the session, just keep engaging in the comment section. Drop an emoji. Right now, a few activities you can do to prospect, right? You can utilize, like I said, your social media handles. You can go to events, your trade shows and networking. Hilvard will be coming up with a couple of events in the coming years and months. Basically, I said years. In the coming months, we'll be coming up with events, both physical events and online events as well. So these are some of the events you can utilize to meet HNIs, high net worth individuals. Now, you can ask for referrals. It's possible that your friend may not really be the client. It's possible your mom, your dad, these are very, very key persons that will refer or buy from you. You understand? It's possible they may not be the clients, but they have friends who have that money, or they work in a place where the cooperative there has the money to give you. So ask them, Mom, could you please refer me to your organization? Bro, could you please refer me to your friends? You understand? Let's make money together. You understand? Recently, I used to have 2 lines. I told her that one was my personal line, the other was my business line. And I'm like, bro, Dangote still they find money. For now, I don't think I need a personal line. You understand? I was reading a book by the Sheikh of Dubai, the Prime Minister of Dubai, and he said his line is open to everyone so that people can make contributions. That the building Dubai was not just his innovation. People could literally call him and have ideas they want to share. So what I'm trying to say is, be business oriented, because I don't know what you're doing with your friends if you're not making money. At the end of the day, you guys cannot help each other, because your friend will call you and say, I need 100K. As little as 100K, you say you don't have. So if you're not making with your friends, you're not making money with your friends, I don't really know what you guys are doing together. You may need to go back and meet your friends after this class and tell them that, bro, how can we make money together? I am into real estate. I am selling this product. How can you refer me? How can we make money? Very, very key. Now, the next thing after you do your prospecting, hope I'm able to do justice to that. The next thing after your prospecting is qualification. You need to determine if this prospect is a viable prospect, is someone who has the capacity, to buy what you are selling. You need to conduct, you need to qualify the clients. How do you do that? Yeah, very simple. This is a very simple way. You need to ask questions. In sales, my team know this. I always say this. If you can hear me, please drop an emoji in the chat section so that I know you're with me. If you can hear me, just drop an emoji. Let's know that we are together. Now I used to tell my team, my sales team, I tell them that I have one rule of sales, and I think people around me have noticed that I don't joke with calls. Everybody has the strengths. I don't joke with calls in sales. I prefer calls because that way I'm able to get into the minds of the clients and speak directly to the client's needs. Now, write this down. Write this down. He who asks the most question makes the most money in sales. I say this again. He who asks the most question makes the most money. You understand? When you meet a client, don't just say, "Hey, my name is Moses. I am selling property. I have property in Uye." Bro, you don't even, you understand? Don't just meet a client and start pitching your product to the clients. When you meet a client, genuinely ask questions. "Hi, my name is Moses. Good to see you." Compliment the client, do the icebreaker. I like what you're wearing. You look great. You look amazing. Or when you go to the client's office, compliment his office. "Oh, I love your attention to detail. The artistic works in your office is amazing, amazing. I've heard a lot about you, and it's really a privilege to finally get to meet you." When you introduce yourself, "Okay, my name is Moses. I am into real estate." So when you start the conversation, ask simple question. "Okay, sir, if you're going into real estate, sir, if you're going to real estate today, what would you be looking at?" You understand? "Or have you been paying close attention to the real estate market in Abuja recently? Have you been paying close attention?" Or, the client will begin to tell you, "Oh, well, I've been in the real estate market, and I've been noticing a lot of changes." To start telling you. Or if you ask the client, "If you're going into the real estate market today, sir, what would you be looking at?" The client can tell you, "Well, we'll be looking at going into Airbnb short lets." "Okay, fantastic. Do you have a reason? Why do you want to go into real short lets or Airbnb?" Client can tell you, "Well, my friends are making money from it." Fantastic. Or you can say, "Well, I heard it's a good way to make money." Or client can tell you, "Well, I don't know. Advise me." But what I'm trying to say, I can't start with a script. You understand? I can't start with the script right now, but what I'm trying to say here is that he who asks the most questions, because that is where you get to know the needs of the client. The client, let me tell you, 80% of clients don't even know what they want. So how would you even want to start selling to them? To start selling to someone who possibly has the money but doesn't know where to invest, or possibly don't know what he wants. You understand? So you need to ask questions. Ask questions to qualify your clients. Now, there are qualifying questions you could ask clients. So so I'm going to really show you the properties or the projects that we have. And after this presentation, I would expect you to do one thing for me. I would really like you to join us on board as an investor, or I'd really like you to take advantage of this opportunity today. Is that something you can do for me, sir? The client will say, "Well, this is a qualifying question. You get to know if the client can or can't. I wish this is a physical session where I can show you body language and non-verbal communications of clients to know if they are qualified clients or not. But of course, we're going to be having these classes on and on different topics. So I can't exhaust everything today. And if I'm not able to finish everything today, we'll finish it up in the next session. But you ask the client questions, okay, so sir, if I show you these properties we have today, is this something you can do? Can you join us? Client can say yes. Okay, so fantastic is a qualifying question. So, or if you say, "Okay, if I show you this product today, if I show you this property, what do you think will stop you from buying? What do you think, will stop you from buying?" The client can start telling you, "Okay, this is what I think." Now, this is where you jump into we go into what we call objections. Clients will have objections, definitely. I'm just trying to skip this thing because I don't want to keep us here for too long, but I want to believe you're getting value for your time, right? Now, this is what we'll call objections, but I'll treat that very soon. Now, when you qualify the client, right? qualifying the clients. When you go on a call with the clients, or you meet the clients in an event, or you meet the clients, the next thing you want to do, the purpose of getting in touch with a client is to book a meeting. Book a meeting with the clients. Okay, where can we meet? Where can we talk? If you're already in a meeting with the client, then you can go ahead and start pitching. But if you're on a call, if you're on a cold call or warm call with your clients, you need to find a way to book a meeting so that you can make what we call the initial contact. So from qualifying the client, whether the client is a quality lead or not, then you make initial contact. And then qualifying clients also, it depends on where you meet that client, right? That's why I said you need to take yourself intentionally to quality places, build quality relationships, right? Now, once you qualify the clients, you make the initial contact, then you start with your presentation. You start with your proposal, the properties or the project you have, right? Now, this is a very key important aspect I would like to really address, especially for realtors who are already in the industry, or especially for those of us looking to go into sales. Now, this sales presentation you're getting here is not just for real estate. I mean, for every business you're doing, it works. It's a process. It's a sales process. Now, your presentation, very key. Like I say, don't meet a client and just start pitching your product. And you also need to remember that business is built on relationship. You understand? Don't just meet a client and start pitching your product. Don't be the roadside real estate agent. After you've done this process, you meet the clients. Then how you do your presentation is through questions. Simply questions. Okay, sir, so if you're buying a property today, sir, what will you be looking at? The client tells you, well, I'll be looking at I'll be looking at a rental property. Okay, sir. Okay, why would you first, when the client tells you, gives you an answer, acknowledge the client's answer. That's what we call empathy in sales, right? Fantastic. I love the fact that you already have an idea of what you're looking out for in the real estate market and the rental industry. Do not criticize what you have not yet commended. Write it down. Whenever you meet anybody or anybody gives you something to criticize, make sure you first commend that person. You understand? So I love the fact that you already have an idea of what you're looking out for. However, have you been paying close attention, sir, to the Airbnb or the short-let industry, the short-let market recently in real estate? Now, it's very possible that what you're selling is Airbnb, because at the end of the day, one of the core qualities of a salesperson is to kill the game. You're a hunter. You're going there to kill. What I mean by that is you're going there to come back with a game. You understand? So, of course, just make sure you're doing your business, you're selling genuine products and services. However, you need to find a way to shove your product in. You understand? Put your product in the face of the clients, right? Now, have you been paying close attention to the short-let market recently? Is this something you paid attention to? So the client can say no. So, well, I think it's currently really booming, especially with the fact that right now a lot of HNIs and a lot of people or young people don't really like using hotels. They mostly prefer, shortlets and all that. So just pitch. You begin to pitch why he should look at the shortlet, because obviously that is what you're selling. If you're selling off plan, you try to tell the client, okay, have you paid attention to the off plan? And of course, this is where the product knowledge comes in. Just like my friend Jay just said, you need to have strong product knowledge, because I didn't have the time. In our next class, I'll teach you the different personalities of clients so that you get to know the kind of clients you're dealing with. I'll just highlight it shortly. We have the drivers, we have the amiable clients, we have the analytical clients. Analytical clients we decide not to buy from you because of a single error in your numbers. You can say, this property is sitting on 25 square meters. Meanwhile, it's 26 square meters. If he discovers that, he will decide not to buy from you. And analytical clients are mostly, they have their professions. I'm an accountant. I'm an analytical client. You understand? A lawyer is analytical. You understand? If you go to most lawyers are very, very analytical because of their kind of profession. So you need to look at the profession, and then you can know, okay, this is the personality of the client. Yeah, we have the drivers. They will tell you, please, I don't have time. I just have 1 minute. Just go straight to the point. They don't care about you or whatever you want to do, whether you want to display your expertise or whatever. Just go straight to the point. So you know how to handle such clients. If you meet an amiable client, amiable clients are very, very tricky. They are very nice people to work with. In fact, they don't want to hurt your feelings. They want to help you make the sale. But at the same time, an amiable client will not tell you what is in his mind because he doesn't want to hurt you. He might take you unawares. Or possibly he will not tell you he doesn't want to buy. He will tell you everything is fantastic. I love everything you've just said. And then you don't hear from the client again. You understand? So, but no, we're not touching that today. So if you're with me, please drop an emoji in the chat section, please. Let me know if we're together. If you're with me, drop an emoji in the chat section. We'll be off in your faces in the next few minutes. Just drop an emoji in the chat section. Let me know if we're together. All right, fantastic. So if you okay, so the presentation, like I said, he who asks the most questions makes the most money in sales, right? Now, so when you're doing your presentation, don't just go into speaking about your product, how your clients should buy what you're selling. I wish I had a lot of time to really go into these things in details, but of course, you have access to me. You can always feel free to reach out to me if you need more personalized mentorship in that regard. Now, so you pitch your sales, do your presentations, but mostly it should be in questions. Now, once you've done your presentations, which I believe should mostly be questions, the next thing you want to do is handle objections, because of course clients is not gonna just hand money down to you. It's a game. Bro, it's a game, it's a tug of war. So you need to learn how to be a master. You need to learn how to fight. You understand? So the clients will begin to ask you questions. And what he's saying is, why should I give you my money? You know? So there are objections. Objections is simply anything that can stand in between your way of closing the sale. Simply, I don't like using too much of formal definitions. So let's just be the street. I love street knowledge. Anything that can stand in between you and closing your sale is an objection. So the client can say, well, so if, let's say, you can preempt your objection when you're meeting a client. So if you're pitching a product in real estate, if you're pitching a product in Lube, of course, you know that one of the major objections of the clients will be that it's far, it's not in town. When you're pitching a product in Cuba, you know that one of the major objections from these clients will be that it's not in town. It's to be that there's traffic. So because if you meet an amiable client, he will not tell you his objections. That's the problem with amiable clients. They'll not tell you this is what they have in mind. They'll just keep quiet and they'll never get back to you. So you need to preempt it. You need to answer their objection before they even say it out, so that they don't just back out on you, and you don't even know why the client did not reach out to you again. So there are some objections, you bring them forward and answer them, and then there are some objections the clients will bring. Then you begin to you answer it. So when a client tells you, well, I love what you just said, but the problem I have right now is that, the real estate market, because the forex market, for exchange rate is very, very, is fluctuating. So you can buy a property today, and you're not making money from it and all that. So it's an objection. How do you handle it as a salesperson? That is where, capacity and your market knowledge comes in. As a salesperson, there's no week, there's no day I don't search the markets. I'm very, very current on markets. The forex market, I'm very, very current. In fact, global business markets, I'm very, very current. And it's not just because I am an accountant. Well, it's not just because I'm a businessman, but I believe it's something that if you want to make money and you want to be very intentional about your financial life, you should really, really be current about the market, right? Now, the client can ask you that question: the forex market. Okay, how does this impact my sale, my property if I want to buy? And well, you could answer. You go ahead and answer. There's a video. Possibly, I'll refer you to that. Maybe you can send me a message. I think I answered that in one of my videos. I'll just share you the link so that we don't take much time on that. But basically, you answer, or you answer your objection. And then there are questions a client will ask you that you know that this client is interested. Let me give you an instance. If a client asks you, so if I make this payment now, when will I get my property? When will this property be delivered? Just know that this client is interested. We call it a show of interest. The client is interested. Or if a client asks you, well, if I make this payment, if I make this first down payment of 30%, if I am not able to make the other 70%, what would happen to my investment? It means the client is very interested. And possibly the problem here is concerns are how to get the remaining 70%. And let me tell you, as a realtor, you are a guardian. You can also help your client in getting his remaining down payment. It's very, very important. Like, a client reached out to me I don't want to go into that because it will take much of your time, but you can help your clients in making money so that they can be able to, make a down payment or complete their payments. Some clients they have very wonderful network that can change your life. They have amazing network that can change your life. So you can tell your clients, make your clients agents. That's what I do. Most of my clients are my agents. I meet them and say, okay, bro, okay, so if you want to round up your down payments, why not just sell this property and make a commission from it? So basically, you handle objections. I hope we're good with the objection aspect of it. Now, after you've handled objections, the next thing you want to go to is closing the sale. Very, very important. Now, in sales, there are people who are naturally. I don't want to use that word. It's not everybody can be a very good closer. So it's a skill you can learn. Now, is closing the sale. How can you be a great closer, right? It's very, very important for you to understand that being a closer or being a great closer comes with a lot of practice. You need to practice your sales speech. You need to practice how to close. There are a lot of us, because of our personalities, we're very afraid or we're very scared of collecting the money. It's very, because so, I am I've been in that place one time, sometime in my business, where I want to give a client a budget, and I'm like, wait, are you sure this client will this client be able to pay? You start pitching the client already. Some of you pitch the product to the client, and then when it comes to collecting the money, you back out on yourself. You're not, you don't want, that skill. But I believe the reason why a lot of us go through that is because we've not built the necessary skills, we've not done the necessary, work on ourselves to be able to collect the money. Very, very important, because if at the end of the day you are not skilled in collecting the money, then all these sales process and all these things I've been saying, it's not going to be of any use to you. You just waste your time, because at the end of the day, if you don't collect the money, I think who said it? One of these artists is if you don't make them, I can't remember how he put it, but it's making it is an evidence that you've tried your best. So if that means if you collect the money is an evidence that you've tried your best. If you don't collect the money, of course, it means you've not tried your best. So whatever you want to tell me, well, it's very important. I am not saying you have to, but let's just go straight. Now, closing the sale, right? Now, you need to obtain a commitment from the client. Let the client make the entire payment or put a down payment or whatever, but a commitment from the client. And there are different type of close. There are a lot of closing techniques, a lot. And if you study the closing techniques very well, you can find out the one that resonates with you. And these closing techniques, they work with time, they work with seasons, they work with the uniqueness of the transaction, they work with the personality of the person. You understand? Now, so if you want to close now, if you want to close the sale with someone who is probably abroad and his family is in Nigeria, and the client is abroad, family is in Nigeria, and then you meet the client. Oh, well, sir, I'm really excited that you're interested in this property, and it's really, really, really great to know that, yes, that is something you want to put your money into. So, and you mentioned the fact, for instance, if the client is, like I say, his family is in Nigeria, you mentioned the fact that your family is in Nigeria. And one of the things we've really paid attention to in this property is home automation. We make sure that it's 100% automated. And that means that you can be abroad and you can still be able to play your role as a man in your in your house. You can be able to still watch your kids from the comfort of wherever you are across the world, because it's fully automated. You can still be able to control the security locks. You can know when there is anything is tampered with in your house. And this is what we really paid attention to, sir, so that you can be at peace when you go out, you travel outside the country for your business meeting. You can be rest assured, sir, that your family is safe. You understand? And this is not something you want to really, really, take a lot of time in making a decision. Because one thing I would ask you, sir, is would you rather, live or have your family live in a place where you're not 100% sure of their safety, or have them live in a place where you have 100% assurance that they are fully secured whether you're there or not. And like I said, you need to really, really learn how to ask questions. You need to learn how to. So if you get the client to ask, if you ask the client the question, he answers you, well, of course, why not? I want my family to be really safe. Now, write this down. This is where one of the core reasons why people buy comes in. People buy because of emotions, and then they later justify it with logic. People buy anything you buy it because of emotions, like it or not. If you like, agree with it. If you like, don't agree with it. Anybody, whatever you buy because of emotion, and then you later justify it with logic. Now you've tampered with the emotion of the manliness in that man. His emotion of being a man, of being a protector, has been touched. And any man, any responsible man, especially except if you're irresponsible, any responsible man will want to make a down payment because of the safety and security of his family. You know, so that's why you should not just go and say, "Oh, this is our house now, really a fantastic house. It gets security, everything is well secured." You go like her. That's why a lot of people don't make sales, right? Now, so the next thing after you go into that is one of the ways to close to do your close, right? Now there are a lot of different type of close. Like I said, there's the assumptive close where you already assume that the client has made a down payment. So you already assume that the client is buying. They say, okay, sir, after you've done so, how do you want to make your payments, cash or transfer? Already you're assuming that the clients want to buy. Some clients may not be able to object to that notion. They'll just go ahead and buy from you. Or the next thing is, alternative close. You can give the clients options. Okay, we have properties in Katampe, we have properties in Wuye. Which will you like to key into? There's a lot of close. There's the, like I said, alternative close. There's the reverse close. There's a lot of different type of closing techniques that possibly you can reach out to me. I could help you with that, or you could go online and search, different type of closing techniques that you can be able to use to close the clients, right? Very, very key. So the major idea is you have to be really proficient in all this sales process. You have to really master these skills, and mastery comes from a place of doing. You understand? So you need to do it. You'll not be perfect at your first trials, but you need to keep doing it, right? Then after you close the sale, a lot of people leave their clients, but that's the way. One of the best ways you make a lot of money is from the clients you've closed deals with before, because they'll be the ones to refer their friends and network to you if you perform well. You understand? If you did a good job, they'll refer their networks, and it's easier. I was speaking with a couple of my team today, and I was telling them one of the ways to really one of the easiest way, in fact, and the way 90% of deals are closed is based on referrals and word of mouth. If I refer you to my friend does not know you, but he will treat you like the way he would treat me, because he is treating you based on my integrity. If I meet you if I refer you and I and him have a very good relationship, instead of you starting from the scratch, you're starting from where the level at which he treats me. So if he treats me with high honor and respect, he will treat you with high honor and respect. The same way deals are being closed. That's why I say very, very pay attention to referrals and all that. So follow up with your clients. Make sure you keep checking up on them, send them text message, build the relationship, invest in the relationship, and you can be rest assured that you're going to build a multi-million-dollar business portfolio. Now, back to in the next 3 minutes, I'll round up with this. Now, back to the very, very key important reasons why a lot of you are here. Some of us have started our real estate journey. Some of us are midway into our real estate journey. Some of us are into the real estate journey. Some have made sales, some have not made sales. But how can you be able to build a successful real estate portfolio as a realtor or as an agent or as an investor? How can you be able to make money from real estate? Very, very important, right? How do you position yourself to make $1 million in commission? Is very, very key. Now, this is a very long process, and I can assure you that it's very, very doable, right? Now at Hilvard, we're gonna be doing series of these classes by the grace of God. We're gonna be doing these classes. Like the next class, I think I'll be talking about personal branding, because you need to brand yourself in a way that you can attract the high net worth individuals, right? But at the same time, you need to pay attention to quality relationship and all that, like I said. But what I want to say is you need to be intentional. You need to set your goals. If you've been writing, you need to, practice the law of attraction, do your affirmations and all that. Very, very key. And then positioning yourself to build $1 million portfolio. It's not a day's job, but one of the first things I would like you to start doing right now from this class is Learn and master this sales process. Learn and master this sales process. Learn and master this sales process. You can use it in any of the businesses you do, whether it's real estate or not, right? Now, some of us, like I said, are here and we're currently not into real estate. Hilvard Realty, we're very open to work with you and to also help you in your sales journey to be able to make money from real estate, right? Now we have projects, we have properties here in Abuja. We are in very choice locations like Buye. We have properties in Jahi. We have properties in Jabi. We have properties at just beside the city gate. You see them in our on our on our brochures, which we can send to you. Now you can work with us because, of course, well, it's possible that you're currently not into the development space. You can work with us as an affiliate. We register you, and of course, we are not the type of company that just register you and leave you. As you can see, we're already giving you value. We would help you to build your portfolio. We will help you to grow, and also would help you to make money. The only thing we want you to do is to be serious, because I personally don't work with unserious people, right? So you can indicate your interest. Personally, we have an official, I think majority of you came in through the official line of Hilvard. You registered through the official line of Hilvard. You can reach out to that line. We try to make this thing very, very seamless. When we're doing this registration process, we wanted to use the email, Google Docs. I said, just make everything straight. Let everybody just go straight to the WhatsApp. Let's forget, I don't like too much bottlenecks. Go straight to WhatsApp so that it can be easy. So you can reach out to the official Hilvard line and you indicate your interest. We'll show you how to start, and of course, put you on board you into the team on how you can be able to make money. Of course, and like I told you, you can make millions of naira selling real estate. We will show you how. We'll register you as an affiliate. We'll give you the properties, and then we'll guide you on how to make your first sale. If you're very serious, I am willing to personally mentor 5 people from this meeting. Personally hold the hands of 5 people from this meeting to make their first sale. 5 people, I beg. No, personally, I'm willing to do that. So to make your first sale, you can reach out. Now,